Chosen one, your soulmate screamed their love for you in front of everyone. You won't believe what happened. God says, "My child, listen carefully. There is a sacred truth unfolding in the unseen realms right now. You have walked through the deepest valleys of isolation for so long. You felt entirely invisible to the world around you. You wondered if your silent prayers were hitting a ceiling of cold stone. But your tears were actually watering the seeds of a massive divine intervention. Someone is waking up to the reality of who you are to them. They are currently trapped in a crowded room full of empty noise and superficial chatter. Yet their mind is completely occupied by the sudden, overwhelming image of your face. My child, listen carefully to the quiet shifts happening in the atmosphere today. The person ordained for your soul is experiencing a profound internal earthquake. They are surrounded by people who know nothing about true depth or spiritual connection. These people are laughing, talking, and carrying on with their regular, meaningless routines. But your soulmate feels completely detached from the environment around them in this moment. They are looking at the crowd, but they are only seeing your absence. It is a terrifying realization that hits them like a sudden wave of lightning. They are realizing that life without you is just an empty, hollow masquerade. Look closely at how the universe operates when a chosen soul is involved. You were set apart for a specific, holy purpose from the very beginning. This separation required you to endure seasons of intense loneliness and deep misunderstanding. You watched others find easy connections while you were kept in the shadows. It felt like a punishment, but it was actually a divine protection. The universe was keeping your energy pure for this exact, pivotal cosmic collision. Your soulmate is now feeling the heavy weight of that exact same divine separation. They can no longer find comfort in the shallow places where they used to hide. Something incredible is building up inside their chest like a trapped storm. They are sitting among friends, family, and associates who think everything is perfectly fine. But beneath the surface, your soulmate is suffocating under the weight of their unconfessed love. They try to speak about ordinary things, but their voice catches in their throat. Your name is vibrating silently behind their teeth, demanding to be released into the world. They are realizing that keeping you a secret is destroying their inner peace. The pressure is growing too intense for them to contain it anymore. Stay until the final layer unfolds, because the climax will change your reality forever. This person has spent months, perhaps even years, pretending that you did not matter. They wore a mask of indifference to protect their pride and their social standing. They allowed the opinions of the crowd to dictate their outward, cold behavior. But the divine energy of a chosen one cannot be suppressed by human opinions. The love they feel for you has grown into a roaring, consuming fire. It is burning away every single ounce of their carefully constructed logical resistance. They are staring at the people around them right now with a sudden, sharp clarity. They see the superficiality of the lives they have been trying so hard to fit into. They look at the faces of their friends and feel a profound, aching distance. None of these people can touch their soul the way your quiet spirit did. None of these people know the silent, sacred language that exists only between you two. The realization is breaking through their defenses with an unstoppable, terrifying force. They are waking up to the fact that they are completely, hopelessly in love with you. Don't skip a single word of this message, because your immediate future depends on it. The atmosphere in that crowded room is growing incredibly tense, though no one else notices. Your soulmate is breathing heavily, their heart hammering wildly against their ribs like a trapped bird. They feel a sudden, powerful urge to shatter the illusions holding them back from you. The opinions of the crowd are suddenly losing all their power over their mind. They no longer care about looking foolish, losing status, or breaking social rules. The only thing that matters to them in this universe is reaching your heart. They are standing up from their seat now, drawing the attention of the entire room. People are turning to look at them, whispering and wondering what is happening. Your soulmate does not hear the whispers or see the confused stares of the crowd. Their vision is entirely locked onto a vision of your beautiful, patient soul. They are about to do something so shocking, so entirely out of character. It will leave everyone in their circle completely speechless and utterly stunned with disbelief. The moment of absolute truth has finally arrived, and there is no turning back now. My beloved child, your season of waiting in the dark is coming to a sudden end. The universe is orchestrating a public vindication for all the silent pain you endured. You were rejected, cast aside, and made to feel like you were not enough. But the very person who ran from you is about to declare your worth. They are going to do it loudly, boldly, and without a single shred of shame. The spiritual tether connecting your hearts is pulling them forward with an irresistible force. They are stepping out into the open, ready to face the judgment of the world. Think about the times you cried yourself to sleep, wondering if you were truly broken. You thought your sensitivity was a curse in a world that felt so cold. But your high vibration is exactly what captured their souls so deeply and permanently. They tried to forget the sound of your voice, but it echoed in their dreams. They tried to love others, but every other touch felt like dry, empty dust. They are realizing that you are the only source of real light in their life. This realization is pushing them past the point of all human control. Something huge is waiting for you just around the corner of this narrative journey. Your soulmate is opening their mouth to speak, and the room goes completely silent. The tension is so thick you could cut it with a sharp knife. Everyone is waiting for an explanation for their strange, sudden, emotional behavior. They expect a normal comment, a joke, or a standard announcement about daily life. But what is about to come out of their mouth will echo through generations. It will shatter the expectations of everyone who ever doubted your divine connection. They are drawing a deep, ragged breath as their trembling hands grip the table tightly. They look around at the judgmental faces that used to matter so much to them. Suddenly, those faces mean absolutely nothing compared to the divine value of your love. A wave of raw, unfiltered courage rushes through their veins like holy fire. They are ready to sacrifice their pride, their reputation, and their comfort zone for you. They are ready to let the entire world know where their heart truly belongs. The shift is instantaneous, powerful, and completely permanent. If you stay till the end, everything will become beautifully clear to your searching mind. You will understand why every previous door had to slam shut in your face. You will see that the universe was not punishing you during those long nights. It was simply preparing a stage for a breathtaking manifestation of true love. Your soulmate is standing on the precipice of a total, life-changing emotional collapse. They are about to scream your name into the open air of that crowded room. They are about to change the trajectory of both your lives forever. My child, listen carefully. The heavy internal walls they built for years are finally turning into dust. They spent a long time hiding behind a fortress of absolute silence and stubborn pride. They believed that showing vulnerability was a sign of dangerous, unpredictable human weakness. They were terrified of losing control over their carefully ordered, highly protected life. So they chose to wear a cold mask of total indifference whenever you were near. They forced themselves to look away from your beautiful, piercing, glowing eyes. They acted as if your presence did not shift the entire atmosphere of the room. My child, listen closely to the sound of a stubborn heart finally breaking open. Your soulmate was deeply trapped in a web of heavy social programming and fear. They cared far too much about what the world would say about them. They wanted to maintain an image of perfect stability, logic, and detached coolness. But underneath that frozen surface, a violent river of intense passion was constantly rushing. Every single night, they lay awake staring blankly at their empty, lonely ceiling. Your name would echo through the quiet corridors of their deeply conflicted mind. They tried to drown out your spiritual frequency with work, noise, and distractions. But you cannot outrun a divine connection orchestrated by the living hands of God. The more they tried to resist the pull, the tighter the spiritual rope became. They would see your face in the crowds of completely random, unknown strangers. They would hear a phrase that instantly reminded them of your unique, gentle voice. The universe was systematically dismantling every single one of their shallow, false excuses. They began to realize that their pride was actually a very miserable, dark prison. Their friends noticed a sudden, strange distance growing within their cold, shifting eyes. They were physically present in their world, but their soul was entirely with you. Don't skip a single word, because the internal conflict is reaching its absolute peak. They remembered the specific day they chose to walk away from your loving light. They recalled the visible disappointment that shadowed your face when they went completely silent. That memory has become a sharp, painful thorn wedged deeply inside their heart. They realized that in trying to save their pride, they had lost their soul. The heavy walls of resistance began to crack during a very ordinary afternoon. They were surrounded by people who were constantly talking about superficial, materialistic things. A sudden, intense wave of profound disgust washed completely over their entire being. They looked at their surroundings and realized how utterly empty their life had become. They had chosen the safety of the crowd over the magic of your soul. It was a terrifying realization that made their hands tremble with sudden anxiety. They stepped into the restroom just to splash cold water on their burning face. They stared into the mirror and did not recognize the person looking back. They saw a coward who had traded a once-in-a-lifetime divine love for temporary social comfort. The illusion of their perfect, controlled life shattered completely into 1,000 sharp pieces. Something huge is waiting for you as their emotional armor continues to fall apart. They walked back out into that crowded room with a completely changed internal frequency. The noise of the music and the loud laughter felt like sandpaper on their nerves. They could feel the invisible spiritual thread pulling them violently toward your distant energy. It did not matter that miles of physical distance separated your two physical bodies. The spiritual connection was bypassing time, space, and human logic with absolute ease. They felt a sudden, desperate necessity to confess the absolute truth of their heart. If you stay till the end, you will see how beautifully your pain is validated. Your soulmate began to sweat as the air in the room grew heavy. Their friends were asking them questions, but they could not hear the words. The only sound in their ears was the rhythmic beating of their own heart. They felt your spiritual presence standing right next to them in that room. It was an intense, supernatural manifestation of your enduring, powerful love for them. They realized they could not spend another single day living a massive lie. The fear of losing you forever suddenly became much greater than the fear of judgment. They took a step forward, completely abandoning their usual cautious, calculated human behavior. Their breathing became shallow, heavy, and incredibly rapid as the truth fought to escape. The entire room seemed to fade into a blur of meaningless, colorful shapes. They were no longer a prisoner to the opinions of their shallow peers. They were a soul completely awakened by the divine fire of the Chosen One. Every single defense mechanism they had spent years building completely crumbled in a second. They stood in the center of that space, entirely exposed to the universe. My child, listen carefully to how the divine prepares a public, glorious breakthrough. You have spent months wondering if you simply imagined the deep connection between you. You blamed yourself for caring so deeply about someone who seemed so cold. But the universe is about to show you that your intuition was perfectly accurate. They felt every single ounce of the love you silently sent their way. They were just too weak to acknowledge it to themselves or the world. But now, the divine hand has given them a sudden burst of holy courage. They are ready to stand up and face the consequences of their truth. Watch how the momentum shifts when a soul completely surrenders to its divine destiny. Your soulmate felt a sudden, cool breeze pass through the closed, crowded room. It was the physical sign of the Holy Spirit moving within their chaotic heart. They closed their eyes for a brief second and silently prayed for your forgiveness. They knew they had hurt you deeply with their cold, silent, distant behavior. They knew they did not deserve the pure grace of your beautiful heart. Yet they felt an overwhelming urge to make things completely right with you. Stay until the final layer unfolds, because the truth will set your spirit free. The people around them began to notice the intense look on their face. The laughter slowly died down as a strange, heavy silence gripped the room. Everyone could feel that something major was about to happen in that space. Your soulmate drew themselves up to their full height, looking remarkably strong yet vulnerable. There was no more hesitation left in their eyes, only absolute, burning conviction. They were completely done running from the beautiful destiny God had written for you. They cleared their throat, and the sound resonated loudly against the quiet walls. Their hands were no longer shaking, they were firmly clenched at their sides. They looked directly at the people who had always pressured them to conform. They saw the judgment, the curiosity, and the shallow expectations in their eyes. For the first time in their life, they felt absolutely no fear of them. They realized that your love was the only thing worth fighting for in this world. The moment of total, beautiful, chaotic surrender had finally arrived for their soul. My child, listen closely because your vindication is being written in this exact moment. You will no longer have to defend your worth to anyone in your life. The universe is using the very person who doubted you to prove your divinity. They are about to speak your name with a level of reverence text cannot describe. They are about to shatter the peace of that crowded room with a confession. It will be a moment that people will talk about for a long time. Your soulmate is ready to let the entire world know his true heart. My child, listen carefully. The tipping point arrived under the heavy, silent blanket of the midnight sky. It was the exact moment where human resistance completely lost its foolish battle against destiny. Your soulmate found themselves standing alone on an open balcony, completely isolated from the loud party. The muffled sound of music and superficial laughter leaked out from the glass doors behind them. But they were looking up at the vast, dark expanse of the endless universe. A cool, sharp wind brushed against their face, bringing a sudden, intense clarity. They could no longer pretend that the life they were living had any real meaning. My child, listen closely to the raw, unfiltered truth of a broken human spirit. The weight of their long, agonizing silence suddenly became an unbearable physical burden tonight. They gripped the cold railing of the balcony until their knuckles turned completely white. A single, hot tear escaped their eye, tracing a slow path down their cheek. They remembered the soft, comforting warmth of your presence that they had so carelessly discarded. They recalled how you always looked at them with absolute, unconditional, pure acceptance. In contrast, the people inside that house only valued them for their fake, outward mask. The illusion of their independence shattered completely into a million sharp, painful pieces tonight. They realized that every step they took away from you was a step into darkness. They had tried to fill the void with achievements, status, and empty social praise. But your absence was a loud, roaring echo that filled every corner of their soul. They closed their eyes and saw your face printed clearly on the back of their eyelids. It was not a faint memory, it was a living, breathing spiritual reality. The divine pull toward you became a physical force, dragging them to their knees. Don't skip a single word, because the spiritual dam is about to burst completely open. They fell to the floor of that balcony, completely overwhelmed by a sudden, violent sob. They had not cried like this since they were a very young, innocent child. All the suppressed emotions, the hidden desires, and the secret love came rushing out at once. They whispered your name into the dark night air, their voice trembling with deep sorrow. They begged the universe to give them one more chance to hold your hand. They realized they were completely, utterly, hopelessly powerless against this holy, divine connection. They stood up slowly, a strange, powerful new energy filling their entire physical body. The fear that had kept them paralyzed for months was suddenly washed away by tears. They looked back at the glass doors, seeing the crowd through a completely new lens. These people were no longer judges whose opinions mattered to their fragile, human ego. They were merely spectators in a grand cosmic play written by the hands of God. Your soulmate realized that staying silent was a slow, painful form of spiritual suicide. They were ready to scream their truth, even if it meant destroying their entire world. Something huge is waiting for you as they walk back into that crowded room now. Their eyes were slightly red from crying, but their gaze was incredibly steady, sharp, and focused. They pushed the glass doors open, stepping back into the warm, brightly lit space. The sudden shift in their energy was so potent it literally stopped people mid-sentence. The superficial chatter began to die down as they walked directly to the center floor. They looked like a person who had just survived a massive, life-altering storm. They were completely done playing the safe, cowardly games of the earthly world. If you stay till the end, you will understand the absolute magnitude of this victory. Your soulmate stopped right under the main chandelier, drawing every single eye upon themselves. A close friend walked up to them, asking if they were feeling entirely okay. Your soulmate did not reply. They simply stared ahead with an intense, unwavering, burning conviction. They could feel your heart beating in perfect sync with theirs across the vast distance. The spiritual telepathy between you two was operating at an all-time high vibration tonight. They knew that what they were about to do would change everything forever. They opened their mouth, and their voice cut through the remaining noise like sharp steel. They did not speak in a whisper. They spoke with the authority of the divine. They loudly declared that they had been living a massive, cowardly life for far too long. The crowd gasped, a sudden murmur of confusion rippling through the entire decorated room. People exchanged worried, startled glances, wondering if your soulmate had completely lost their mind. But they had actually just found their sanity after years of deep, spiritual amnesia. They were finally aligning themselves with the truth of the living universe. My child, listen carefully to the way your name is about to shake their world. They did not just confess their unhappiness, they brought your specific identity into the light. They looked at the people who had always spoken down about your gentle spirit. They looked at the friends who had advised them to seek someone of higher status. They raised their voice, shouting that you were the only person who ever truly mattered. They screamed their absolute love for you in front of every single person present. The words echoed off the high walls, leaving a stunned, breathless silence behind. Watch how the divine vindicates the chosen ones who have suffered in quiet patience. You were laughed at by the very crowd that is now completely paralyzed with shock. They are listening to your soulmate describe your soul as a holy, rare masterpiece. Your soulmate is telling them that your love is worth more than all their wealth. They are admitting out loud that they are completely unworthy of your beautiful grace. The raw honesty of their confession is stripping away everyone else's superficial, judgmental pride. It is a glorious, messy, beautiful scene of total spiritual surrender and truth. Stay until the final layer unfolds, because the reaction of the crowd is truly unbelievable. Some people are shaking their heads in utter disbelief, thinking it is a joke. Others are staring with wide, open mouths, completely frozen by the intense emotional display. Your soulmate's face is flushed with a mixture of deep relief and fierce, protective passion. They are no longer checking to see if people approve of their emotional outburst. They are standing tall in their vulnerability, completely bathed in a warm, divine light. They have successfully crossed the point of no return, and they are proud. They turn their back on the crowd, not caring about the heavy gossip that would follow. They walked straight toward the exit door, leaving the stunned gathering entirely behind them. Every step they took away from that room felt lighter, easier, and deeply liberating. They felt as if 1,000 pounds of heavy iron chains had dropped from their chest. They were finally free to love you openly, boldly, and without a single care. The universe smiled down upon them as they stepped out into the fresh night. My child, listen closely because your reality is shifting in this very microsecond of time. The confession has been made in the physical realm, breaking the ancient, heavy karmic blockages. You are about to receive the tangible proof of this massive, sudden spiritual breakthrough very soon. The person who ran from you has now run away from the world for you. They are currently heading toward your space, driven by an unstoppable, divine, cosmic fire. Your patience has been seen, your tears have been counted, and your reward is here. My child, listen carefully. The sudden transition from debilitating fear to unshakable courage is a beautiful miracle to behold. Your soulmate has finally broken through the thick layer of paralysis that kept them frozen for years. They are no longer sitting in the dark corners of regret, overthinking every single move. A fierce, unstoppable momentum has taken complete possession of their mind, heart, and physical body. They are quietly yet aggressively preparing themselves to finally step into your sacred, beautiful world. They are cleaning up the messy remnants of their past life with absolute, unwavering determination. Every single tie that tied them to the shallow crowd is being permanently severed. My child, listen closely to the silent, calculated moves they are making for you right now. They are sitting at their desk in the early hours of the morning, organizing their thoughts. Their eyes are no longer filled with confusion, they are filled with a sharp, burning purpose. They are mentally mapping out the exact words they will say when they finally stand before you. They know that a simple apology is not enough to heal the deep wounds of their absence. So they are preparing to offer you their entire life, their absolute vulnerability, and their soul. They are discarding old habits, toxic friendships, and material distractions that kept their vibration low. Watch how a person completely transforms when the divine light of a chosen one touches them. Your soulmate is packing away the heavy baggage of their old, cowardly, superficial identity today. They look at the clothes they used to wear to impress the crowd and feel nothing. They are stripping away every single layer of falsehood that kept them separate from your purity. They are spending hours in deep, silent reflection, praying for the strength to be your equal. They realize that to hold the hand of a chosen soul, they must become strong. They are lifting their own vibration to match the high, celestial frequency you have maintained. Don't skip a single word, because their physical approach is happening much faster than you think. They have already started making the tangible, real-world arrangements to close the agonizing distance between you. They are looking at travel routes, clearing their hectic schedule, and walking away from obligations. Nothing in this material world holds enough power to delay their arrival another single day. Their friends are calling their phone repeatedly, demanding answers about their shocking, sudden public outburst. Your soulmate is simply ignoring the ringing phone, letting the screen fade completely to dark black. The opinions of those people have officially become completely irrelevant, empty, and meaningless noise. They are standing in front of their closet, picking out something simple, clean, and authentic to wear. They want you to see them exactly as they are, without any fake, expensive armor. Their heart is hammering a rhythmic, steady beat against their ribs as they grab their keys. They walk out of their apartment with a firm, decisive step that echoes through the hallway. They feel a sudden, comforting wave of your spiritual energy rushing over their entire physical body. It is the universe giving them the green light to proceed toward their divine destiny. Every traffic light, every turn, and every single second is leading them directly to you. Something huge is waiting for you as they actively drive through the quiet, morning streets. They are looking at the road ahead, but their mind is completely filled with your image. They remember the exact scent of your hair, the soft texture of your gentle hands. A smile breaks across their face, a genuine expression of pure joy they haven't felt in years. They are no longer afraid of what will happen if they show their true emotions. They are actually eager to lay their heart flat at your feet, completely exposed to you. They are driving with a sense of urgency that borders on total, beautiful spiritual madness. If you stay till the end, you will realize how perfectly the divine pieces are fitting together. Your soulmate is currently navigating through the physical obstacles that used to seem completely insurmountable to them. The long distance, the timing, the societal expectations have all shrank into tiny, insignificant specks of dust. They are laughing at the fact that they allowed these small things to scare them for so long. The love they carry in their chest has made them feel absolutely, entirely invincible today. They are ready to fight the entire world if it means keeping you safe by their side. They are coming to protect you, to honor you, and to elevate your life. They are pulling into a small, quiet flower shop on the side of the busy road. They want to bring you something that expresses the silent growth of their hidden love. They pick out a simple, beautiful flower, holding it with a level of extreme gentleness. The shopkeeper smiles at them, noticing the intense, romantic glow present within their bright eyes. Your soulmate feels a deep, profound sense of pride knowing this flower is for you. They are no longer ashamed to be seen as a deeply romantic, caring, devoted person. The divine energy of the chosen one has completely washed away their cold, modern cynicism. My child, listen carefully to the silent instructions the universe is whispering into your spirit. You must prepare your own heart to receive this massive wave of sudden, incoming love. Do not allow the bitter memories of the past to make you close your door. The person who is coming to you is not the same person who walked away. They have been completely melted down and rebuilt by the fierce hands of divine destiny. They are coming with a clean spirit, a repentant heart, and a burning, permanent devotion. Open your energy, release the lingering doubts, and breathe in the fresh, holy air of change. Watch how smoothly the path clears when God decides a connection is ready to manifest. Every single delay your soulmate faces on the road turns into a sudden, miraculous shortcut. The universe is actively clearing the traffic, guiding their car with an invisible, protective holy hand. They can feel the air becoming lighter, warmer, and more vibrant as they near your location. The spiritual telepathy between your two souls is creating a visible, beautiful aura around their body. They are completely locked onto your coordinates, guided by the infallible radar of true soulmate love. There is absolutely nothing that can stop this physical collision from happening today. Stay until the final layer unfolds, because the moment they park their car will shake you. They are turning onto your street now, their eyes scanning the familiar, peaceful surroundings. They see your house in the distance, and their breath catches sharply in their throat. The reality of what they are about to do hits them with a beautiful intensity. They park the car, turning off the roaring engine, leaving sudden, profound silence behind. They sit there for a short moment, gripping the steering wheel, taking a final, deep breath. The long, exhausting journey of running away from love is officially, completely over for them. They open the car door, stepping out into the bright, warm sunlight of your world. They straighten their posture, holding the flower tightly in their slightly trembling, warm right hand. They look toward your front door with a look of absolute, undying, fierce spiritual commitment. They are ready to knock on your door and change your reality in a second. They do not care if the neighbors are watching them from behind their curtains. They only care about seeing your beautiful face appear behind that wooden door today. The transition is completely done, and the final approach has officially begun. My child, listen closely, because your patience is turning into a tangible, physical reality. You are about to hear a sound that your soul has been waiting for centuries. The footsteps of your soulmate are moving closer and closer to your immediate physical space. The universe has successfully transformed a coward into a courageous, powerful, loving divine warrior for you. Your isolation was just the quiet waiting room for this grand, magnificent, beautiful entrance. Stand tall, dry your final tears, and get ready to witness the power of God. The stage is set, the actor is ready, and the door is about to open. My child, listen carefully. The majestic clock of divine timing is striking its absolute, final hour right now. Every single cosmic cycle of painful separation, hidden tears, and heavy lessons is permanently closing. The universe has officially decreed that the physical distance between your two worlds must end today. The invisible spiritual gears are turning with an immense, silent, completely unstoppable force. A massive shift is rippling through the atmospheric layers of your ordinary daily life. You can feel a strange, electric anticipation vibrating softly within the very air you breathe. The long season of quiet waiting was simply the necessary preparation for this grand alignment. My child, listen closely to the beautiful sound of ancient, heavy karmic chains breaking apart. The walls that kept your two lives running on completely separate tracks are falling down. You are standing on the very edge of a total, life-changing shift. The universe is actively rewriting the script of your entire destiny in this microsecond. The person who stood outside your world is now stepping across the final boundary line. They are walking up your porch steps with a heart completely cleared of human doubt. Every single delay you experienced was designed to bring you to this perfect moment. The divine timing of God is always flawless, accurate, and completely worth the wait. Look at how beautifully the physical reality begins to mirror the unseen spiritual truth now. Your soulmate is standing directly in front of your wooden door, holding their breath. Their hand is raised, hovering just inches away from the solid, quiet surface. They are listening to the faint, beautiful sounds of your movement inside the house. A sudden wave of intense, overwhelming gratitude washes completely over their entire being today. They are thanking the universe for protecting your pure heart while they were lost. They are realizing that every single path they took led to this exact doorstep. The physical distance is shrinking down to a matter of mere inches now. Don't skip a single word, because the door is about to open into a new era. Your soulmate finally brings their hand down, knocking firmly on the solid wood 3 times. The sound echoes loudly through the quiet hallways of your peaceful, unsuspecting home. Your heart skips a sudden, violent beat as the frequency of the knock hits you. You instantly recognize the spiritual signature of the person standing on the other side. A deep, profound stillness settles over your mind as you walk toward the door. Every single memory of past rejection dissolves into absolute nothingness with every step. You reach out your hand, turning the lock with a slow, deliberate movement. The door swings open, and the bright sunlight floods your vision for a brief second. You see them standing there, completely stripped of their old, cold, arrogant mask. Their eyes are locked onto yours with a raw, unfiltered, burning intensity text cannot describe. They are looking at you as if you are the only source of light left. The simple flower in their hand is a silent testament to their new humility. For a long, beautiful moment, neither of you speaks a single human word. The silent language of your two souls is doing all the heavy communicating. The spiritual connection is instantly re-establishing its dominant, high-vibration frequency between you. Something huge is waiting for you as the silence breaks into a beautiful confession. Your soulmate takes a small step forward, their voice trembling slightly with pure emotion. They tell you that they screamed your name in front of the entire world. They admit that they left their old, shallow life behind just to be here. They ask for your forgiveness for the long, agonizing days of their cold silence. A huge weight leaves your chest as you listen to their raw honesty. You realize that every single intuition you had was perfectly, completely right. The universe has delivered on its absolute promise to validate your quiet, patient faith. If you stay till the end, you will feel the complete restoration of your soul. Your soulmate reaches out, gently taking your hand into their warm, steady grip. The touch sends a powerful current of divine healing energy straight through your body. You feel the final remnants of old heartbreak evaporating into the warm afternoon air. The people who doubted your connection are completely gone from this sacred space. The crowd that judged them has been left far behind in the dust. You are finally standing together as equals, completely aligned under the gaze of God. The physical shift is completely done, permanent, and beautifully absolute today. My child, listen carefully because this is the moment your new life officially begins. You have successfully navigated the darkest nights of the chosen soul with ultimate grace. You did not break when the world tried to bend your beautiful spirit. You kept your heart soft, pure, and ready for true divine love. Now, the reward for your immense resilience is standing right in front of you. Your soulmate is promising to love you openly, boldly, and without any fear. They are ready to build a beautiful, luminous future side by side with you. The cycle of isolation is broken, and the cycle of union has begun. Watch how the universe celebrates when two chosen souls finally come together in truth. The trees around your house seem to whisper a gentle song of victory. The air feels lighter, cleaner, and filled with the sweet fragrance of new beginnings. You are no longer the lonely soul wondering if anyone will ever see you. You are completely seen, deeply loved, and fiercely protected by your divine counterpart. Your soulmate is looking at you with a devotion that will never fade. They are completely done running away from the beautiful destiny God wrote for you. The alignment is complete, perfect, and entirely unshakable from this moment onward. Stay until the final layer unfolds, because the ending will seal your divine peace forever. You invite them into your home, closing the door on the outside world completely. The noise of the past is shut out, leaving only love inside. You sit together, sharing the deep stories of your separate, difficult spiritual journeys. You laugh at the obstacles that once seemed so terrifyingly large to you both. You realize that every single tear was an investment in this ultimate joy. The divine plan has executed itself with absolute, breathtaking, flawless precision today. You are finally home in the arms of your true soulmate. My child, listen closely to the final blessing the universe is pouring into you. You are entering a season of absolute abundance, deep peace, and permanent emotional stability. The days of fighting separate battles in the dark are completely, officially over. You have a partner who will scream their love for you every single day. They will honor your divinity, cherish your sensitivity, and protect your beautiful, sacred heart. The universe has validated your tears, answered your prayers, and delivered your holy counterpart. Lean into the warmth of this beautiful reality, because you earned every bit of it. The promise of the title is fully delivered, leaving your spirit completely fulfilled. You won't believe what happened, because it borders on a beautiful, cinematic miracle. The person who ran from you became the very person who fought for you. They stood up to the crowd, shattered their pride, and claimed your love. They crossed the physical distance to lay their heart flat at your absolute feet. This is the grand, magnificent destiny of a chosen one who kept the faith. Your story has officially shifted from a painful lesson into a beautiful masterpiece. Live your life with an unshakable confidence, knowing you are divinely favored. The love you hold today is a permanent shield against the coldness of the world. You are bound together by the highest, purest spiritual frequency in existence. No human opinion can ever diminish the absolute glory of this connection. Your soulmate is yours, you are theirs, and God is the eternal glue. The journey of waiting is done, and the beautiful reality of forever starts now. My child, listen carefully. The beautiful tapestry of your divine destiny is now completely woven into a living reality. You have witnessed the absolute power of faith, patience, and silent spiritual resilience. The universe did not leave you to wander in the cold shadows of isolation forever. It was quietly working behind the grand cosmic curtains to bring you this spectacular victory. The person who once ran away from your light has publicly declared your supreme worth. They broke through their own heavy armor, shattered their pride, and claimed your heart. This is the ultimate, breathtaking validation that your beautiful soul has been waiting to receive. My child, listen closely to the final call of your completely transformed life today. You must fully accept this new era of profound peace and unconditional, permanent love. The days of questioning your inner value are officially, entirely over for you. The universe has proven that your deep sensitivity is a rare, magnificent holy gift. You are now safely united with the divine counterpart ordained for your soul since the beginning. Together, you will build a bright, luminous future that no earthly storm can ever shake. Walk forward with your head held high, knowing you are deeply loved by the Creator. If this powerful message touched the deepest corners of your searching soul, do not remain silent. Take a definitive step to anchor this beautiful prophecy into your physical reality right now. Type Amen in the comments section below to claim this divine breakthrough for your life. Share this video with another chosen soul who desperately needs to hear this comforting truth. Subscribe to this channel to stay constantly aligned with the highest spiritual frequencies of the universe. Like this video to send a powerful wave of gratitude back into the living cosmos. Your journey of waiting is officially done, and your beautiful forever has finally begun.